Alright, here we're going on a kayak tour through the tunneled mangroves. This is kind of a private tour. I'm the only customer, and Susie is my guide, and she's basically waiting for me to get the cameras going. I'm sure this will not be a 360 video just because it may be 2 hours long. All right. Would you like to introduce yourself and the name of the company when I get closer to you? Okay, this would be too long of a video to show the whole trip, so I have to break it up in parts or segments. This will be the first part, and it will cover the paddle to the first mangrove trail we go through, which I don't know the real name of it, but I call it the Tarzan Trail. And the Tarzan Trail will be included in this first part also.
You ready now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Hello folks, my name is Sudi. I am a kayak tour guide for Florida Bay Outfitters. I am from Key Largo, Florida, and we will be hanging out in these beautiful mangrove channels today, learning about the mangroves and our wildlife out here.
Cool. And it's about a 2-hour tour, right?
Yep, we spent 2 hours in the water. Go through a few of our mangrove tunnels in here and see what we can find out here. It's quite beautiful.
It's a nice day. It's a little overcast, but I kind of like that.
Yeah, we got lucky. It's been really hot early this spring.
Right.
Let's see what we find out here. This is the boat channel. We'll be going through a boat channel today.
Okay.
I will suspect there will be boats coming out of here today because it's quite beautiful. For the most part, we're going to be in a no motor zone though.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw those on my snorkeling tour 2 days ago. Marked like this one coming up here, no motors. So guys, I hope you enjoy this. Parts of it I'm sure I'll speed up so it don't take no 2 hour, make a 2 hour video. I want you to be able to experience what it's like to be out here. So I'll do what I can to make sure you get the whole experience of the tour. And if you're in Key Largo, I highly recommend you take this tour. I got a feeling it's going to be great. Even though they warn you about crocodiles, saltwater crocodile, but I don't think we're going to ever see one. All right. Say that again.
Turtle Grass Creek.
Turtle Grass Creek. Okay. Okay, still low tide, but it's coming in. I'll repeat in case y'all can't hear. What's that?
Have you kayaked by the mangroves?
Never. Okay.
If you want to get a little closer, I'll tell you about the mangroves.
All right, I will. Just trying to get that sign. You seeing something?
Yep.
What'd you find?
Part of what I do out here, aside from kayaking, is picking up trash. And this is actually a really nice find. So.
Actually, that is very expensive.
Yep.
It's probably $100, right?
Yep. That's gonna go straight to my boat.
I don't blame you. Oh, you got a boat, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking for a place for winter stay and travel in summer months and spring and fall maybe in my RV.
Okay.
And here's an idea I got. I got to get a barge type platform for a boat and put, you know what a park model is?
Yep.
Put that on there, a small motor, and go out and tie it up to some lake or something and live in that sucker for winter months.
There's actually a lot of people that do that.
Really? Around here?
I mean, there's liveaboards out on the bay. And technically you can dock your boat or anchor your boat as long as you have abide by the Coast Guard regulations and have lights.
You don't even have to pay, huh?
No.
And that's here in
however,
Florida.
if you want, like let's say you want to have a mooring ball installed
You gotta
somewhere,
pay for
then
that.
you got to pay for that. But it's not, I don't think it's that expensive. You have to contact,
And where is this at?
I want to say Florida Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah, but where are you saying, which bay you say they do this
Oh,
in?
just in the Bayside, anywhere on the Bayside. So we're on the
Gulf
oceans.
side. Yeah.
So we're on the Atlantic. I mean,
Right.
not right now, but if
Right.
we were to go out the boat channel,
Right, we're on the
Atlantic
Atlantic side.
The Bayside is on the other side. That's the Gulf. So there's lots of people that you see them just anchor there for a few months at a time. There's some people that do it in Lake Surprise, because Lake Surprise is not very there's not that many boats that go through there, and it's kind of protected. Only thing is that there's crocodiles in Lake Surprise. So.
Okay. Which means the fishing's probably excellent,
I mean,
right?
I guess. I don't know. I've never fished there.
Well, crocs eat fish, so they're there for some reason. You got to have an excellent food source.
So sun's coming out, and just to be much nicer, you can see all the way down to the bottom here. It's probably like, I would say 10-ish feet deep right here. This is the deepest that it'll be through the day. Once we cross over to the other side, it's going to be like 4 to 5 feet deep.
Okay.
So we have 3 different types of mangroves here in the Keys.
Okay.
And they're basically all differentiated by the type of root system that they have.
Okay.
If you look here to the left and to the right, you'll be able to appreciate the roots of these mangroves. Since we're still in low tide, you can see them. These are the red mangroves.
These are red mangroves.
Yep, and they are actually the most important of the 3 because they have an important job in protecting our shoreline. If you look at their roots, these are known as the tangled root mangroves.
Tango root?
And their roots just basically tangle with each other, so they help us tremendously for storm surge when we get storms that head our way. And this is 100% salt water in here, so what's really neat about these mangroves is that they take in the salt water and they filter out the salt through their roots. the red mangroves filter out the salt through the roots, and then the other two types of mangroves that we have are black and white mangroves. Those are slightly higher elevations. They still can take in the salt water, but they filter the salt water different. They do it through their leaves.
They what?
They filter out the salt through their leaves, and they keep in the fresh water.
And the leaves, not the roots.
Through the leaves, and then the reds through their roots.
You can see the tide coming in. Look at the flow, water. Also, it's great habitat for little fishies that normally would be devoured by predators.
Right. This is one giant nursery ground in here.
Right.
The adult reef fish do come in here. A lot of them lay their eggs in here, and then you have all the juveniles coming up in these mangrove channels. So you already saw one baby, the barracuda.
Yep.
We have lots of parrotfish in here, which are quite beautiful, very vibrant colors.
What are they?
Parrotfish.
Parrotfish.
You'll see mangrove snappers in here. You'll see grunts in here. We do get stingrays, nurse sharks. I want to say we're coming up to breeding season of the nurse shark, so we may see some of those, an increase of those.
And they don't ever attack people, nurse sharks, right?
No, they're pretty harmless.
Yeah, I can see the bottom now.
Look at that osprey right above you, flying above you.
All right, guys, look back there for the osprey.
Oh, it went that way. Wait, it's coming back. Let's see. Hang on. He's probably getting some breakfast.
Main difference here is it's 10 degrees warmer than, say, 100 miles north or so, 200 miles north, but at night it's 10 degrees hotter.
Yeah, it doesn't get cooler at night.
It's 10 degrees cooler, but at night 10 degrees hotter. It just never gets out of the 70s. This time of year anyway. Is that true in the winter time? Does it get below 70?
It's a little cooler here.
It gets down to 60s?
Yeah, but that doesn't last very long.
But never to the 50s overnight?
Very rare. Well, it does, but
It
very
does?
rare.
Very rare.
Alright, so we're going to be going right in here. This is a really cool spot in here.
Okay.
It's really narrow though, so you're not going to be able to use your paddle in there, okay? But it's very cool. You're going to be able to see a close-up look of these roots, how they're attached.
So
you may be seeing some little black mangrove tree crabs running around the branches of the mangrove. And then what's really cool is the sponges that you're going to be seeing in here. So there's
cool.
one sponge, which is probably the most dangerous thing that we will encounter in here. It's called a fire sponge.
Okay.
If you were to come in contact with it, it will burn your skin, like irritate your skin for a few weeks. I've heard it's really nasty. Luckily, I have never been in contact with it. However, I will show you what it looks like so you know what to stay away from. It lives only attached to the roots of the mangroves.
So how in the world we power through there?
Okay, so I call it you Tarzan your way through here. You're gonna grab branches, okay? The branches are pretty low. I mean, this is beautiful in here.
So
branches are pretty low, but you'll make it through here. We're still in low.
Is my camera okay, you think?
Yeah. Just, don't crash in. Try not to crash into the roof. You should be fine. So you see how I put my paddle lengthwise like this?
Yeah, I was fixing to do that, but I'm not ready.
All right, here, I'll hold you and you get ready.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so you see your camera, or just watch that high camera is the only one that you should be.
Yeah.
So right in here is fire sponge. That's what it looks like. Okay.
So they're not up in the trees?
Nope, they live underwater attached to the roots of the mangroves. And there's.
Can you see that down there, that orange thing? That's why they call it fire, plus with the sting, I bet. And it's a sponge.
Yeah, there's different colorful sponges in here, and they actually have a very important job. The fire sponge is the only one that we've been warned against that can irritate your skin.
Well, I'm not planning on touching anything.
Good idea.
I may not be the brightest light bulb in the package, but I'm not that dumb either. Oh, cool.
So watch right here. This is a little low one. Watch your camera go through this one.
Yeah, somebody broke it off, part of it off. I guess it was just too low.
Yeah, and cutting down mangroves is highly illegal. They are protected.
I bet breaking them off is too.
Yeah.
But somebody said enough's enough when no one else was looking. So I can see why they got these poles hanging down, these limbs.
Yeah. I mean, those are part of the mangroves. That's
Right.
how they grow.
Right.
Eventually, those make it into the water.
Right now, I'm trying to get turned around. All right. So the sponges are never up in the trees.
No.
They're always underwater.
Always underwater.
That
attached
makes-
to the roots of the mangroves, or you'll see them attached to this. This is all coral rock right here, lined by algae. So you'll see them hanging out there on the wall here of this coral rock. There's another low branch right here where I'm coming through.
Okay. Well, this is actually harder than it sounds to keep this kayak going right direction. Yeah, I held on the branch too long.
Okay, try not to lean, whatever you do, because the single kayaks could tip easier than these.
Yep. I got my little rear wet a little bit.
Oh, that's fine.
I had to cheat and use my paddle some. Okay. Doesn't help. Does not help when the current's going the other way. Yeah, there's definitely no help when the current's going against you.
Yeah.
If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see adventure videos at least once a week and shorts on weekends, be sure to subscribe. Remember, part 2 will be coming up, which will include another mangrove trail. So until next time, have a good one.